Okay, since we tested the Yamaha WR300F with the Athena kit on it by Chris Watson up here on the Central Coast of New South Wales, we've been inundated with people asking us, but how does it compare to the Sherco 300 SEF Factory? Sherco are the only ones bringing a 300cc four-stroke into Australia. Yes, there are other brands over in Europe, we don't get them. So we have decided to grab our long-term test bike, which helpfully is a 300 SEF Factory Sherco, and we're going to put it up against the Yamaha WR300F to see how the Sherco 300cc four-stroke compares with the Yamaha 300cc four-stroke with the Athena kit in it. So let's go do some testing and we'll tell you how this bike compares with the Sherco 300 four-stroke. Okay, we are done now going back to back. We've already tested this Yamaha WR300F before as a single test. You can see that on YouTube. But we also have a Sherco 300 SEF Factory as a long-term test bike with Briggsy. So we thought, well, let's put them back to back, same capacity. So take it away, Briggsy. What is the difference between the Sherco that comes as a 300cc four-stroke and the WR250F with the Athena kit in it to make it a 300cc four-stroke? What's the difference?
Oh, to be honest, motocross, enduro.
Yeah, okay.
I think that one's more tapered to motocross. You can still bush it really well. This one's just softer. It's a little gentler. The motor's every bit as responsive, I feel, and still has, this one might even be a little bit smoother in the bottom, a bit torquier if anything. That one's definitely more aggressive, but I just feel like this one's not beating me up as much as that. I have to really motocross that one. Like if you're just cruising trail riding, I think this would be a better option.
Yep.
If you're racing, I think that's going to be a better option. So.
Okay, so that's suspension that's more compliant than the suspension is in there.
Yeah, just a little softer. Plus this one's got a couple of hours on it, so it's probably bedded in a bit more. I think the steel chassis do work a little better in the bush too.
Yep. That's
just me, personal feel for me. I feel like they flex more. They seem to get over tree roots and little rocks and stuff a little easier. I don't get as much feeling back through the bars. But I mean, the Yamahas are so capable too. So I think you could pretty much race either of these bikes or ride either of these bikes, and they're going to suit a different person. I could ride either of them every day. I don't care. Like, I enjoy what each bike has to offer.
Yep.
But yeah, I did find, like, when I took that on the motocross track, the suspension is a little bit firmer. It seems to have a bit more of a motocrossy feel. This one, I feel like, oh, I'd need to go a spring rate heavier. You know, it sort of wants to dive in the fork a little bit. But then we come to the bush and I feel like this is a bit more compliant and that one's a little bit more, just needs to be a bit softer. So they're just different, yeah.
If you were just to drag on a straight line between the two of them, which one's going to win brute power?
It'd be close. It'd be really close. I think this one probably get a bit more traction, so you might get that edge, but I think that might come away with the mid and top of the Yamaha mid and top that's unbeatable, just pulling. So I think maybe off the initial start this would get it, and then I think the Yamaha might have it in the mid. So
okay, there you go. All right, so we mentioned before that the 300F has a better, with this Athena kit in it, the bottom end is stronger.
Yep.
So it's certainly stronger off the bottom, but you were also mentioning this kind of hits a little bit harder. So when you're on off the throttle, on off the throttle.
Yeah, I feel like this one's just a little more user friendly, but off the bottom I feel like it is a little more torquey still.
Okay.
I think Sherco have made this motor for so many years, they've refined it a little more, whereas this is just a kit, so it's sort of hasn't had that refinement by Yamaha, and I guess too, if we had a tuner tune it, and we could probably get more out of that. But stock, I think that this motor is just a little bit more user friendly and a little bit torquier, more closer to a 350, where that's just like a 250 with a supercharger.
Yeah. If you were to ride with a blindfold on and be able to magically see, so you didn't know which bike you were on, you know, if the grips were the same and they felt the same and it sounded the same, would you be able to pick which one's the Yamaha and which one's the Sherco from how the power is distributed and what it feels like when you're...
Yeah, you would.
Yeah,
Okay. I'd find that that one wants to tend to rip your arms out a bit. Like, it does have a fair bit of go in it.
Yeah.
This one just comes on a little softer, but it seems to pull a little more from that bottom to mid. So this one's just linear, if that's the best way to describe it. That one's like, we're going to get there as quick as we can. Bottom through to mid to top, it just goes. So
that's probably a pretty accurate description. Last question, you're trail riding all day on it. You got to spend 8 hours on it. You got lots of long hill climbs and bits and pieces. Which one are you picking?
This one, because it won't beat me up as much. That one would be perfect with just a softer setting in the suspension for the same thing. I think you could pick either one. I'd probably, I don't know, the seats are both pretty firm, but they're not too bad. Like, I could go either, really.
Then you're lining up vets. You're going to do AEC this year. You have to line up and
I'm going to try.
So it doesn't matter what capacity you're on, right?
You
could be on a 500, you could be on a 300, you could be on a 250. Which one are you picking to do vets?
This one.
Just because it's not going to kill you as much?
That, and I just prefer a 6-speed. I like to carry third a bit more, whereas I still feel like you do need second on very, very tight corners on that, whereas the third on this is just that the gearing's a little closer to second, so you can pop third and just cruise a bit more through the trees in third, and just have that little bit more compliancy, where that one wants to, second's too aggressive and third's just sort of, you know, that too high in the speed range for the gearing to, but I'd say if I change the gearing on that, I could probably carry third more too. So
if you want to just be cracking wheelies or you know, popping up and over stuff on hill climbs, or Wes was enjoying kind of coming out of corners and going rah, and it was just like wheelie drift out of corners, which one are you picking?
This one, the WR300, for sure.
That's probably a good description of the power for this bike. Is that's what it would be. It's so much fun for. It's just like this thing has so much response in it, especially with the 300 kit on it, that you can do all those things I just listed mid trail ride. So if that's the kind of rider that you are, you've got lots of energy and you can hang on to it all day, and you want to keep jumping off the side of the track, and you want to keep pulling wheelies past your mate and finding stuff to boost and launch off, this will do it pretty competently compared to other mid-capacity 4-strokes, because it's just got that much response.
That's a star 250 in my eyes.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I'd call that motor, like closer to a factory motor 250.
There you go. All right, so that's what Briggsy reckons. I reckon if we could ride one of the new Star bikes, send one of them over for us, please. This would feel pretty similar.
A CDR one would be nice too, Craig. So.
CDR bike, we'll compare it. All right, that's a wrap on the comparison. People have asked us, what is it like compared to the Sherco, or what it's like compared to the KTM? Well, now you kind of know.
It's its own bike. So the KTMs are just so smooth. These things aren't far off it. They're just a little bit down on torque compared to the KTM, but I'd say these are similar to a KTM, and they're their own beast. So they're every bit as capable, they're just race ready. Like you could literally, I could run an AORC on that, or AEC, sorry, and I wouldn't have to do much with the suspension compared to this one. This one's a little softer. That one, I'd probably just refine it a bit more, but I wouldn't change spring rates or that. It feels pretty firm, so
All right, that's a wrap, guys. We'll be back with you with more testing and bits and pieces. We're hanging on to this one as a long-termer, so stay tuned as we keep running that at AECs and everything else, and we'll do some long-term videos with the Sherco 300 SEF Factory.